Got plaques on plaques, yeah. Hits on hits, yeah. In the mix.
Welcome back to Better Takes episode 2. Sorry for the long wait. Just to remind everybody, we are student YouTubers, so we are students first and then YouTubers, just like a student athlete, same level and everything.
Same commitment.
And we have a new friend.
Same benefits.
Yeah, I get a free education, We have a new guest. He's our new moderator. Hopefully he does well.
Strictly business, not actually a friendship. No friendship whatsoever.
High chance he gets replaced
He can
next
cut
episode.
any day.
But anyways,
He's here for now.
You want to start us off?
Yeah, well, I think today we're going to start with college basketball, do the contenders and pretenders coming into March Madness. You know, start of the new year, it is coming up. So who do you guys think has a chance and who doesn't?
Who's your top 4 right now, Luca? Your final 4 if you had to choose.
My final 4, Michigan State, Purdue, Duke, and West Virginia.
Okay, Michigan State, Purdue. I say Kansas over West Virginia.
No.
Pretty evident as of a couple days ago.
That means
We did pull out the
The
dub.
win means nothing.
Been there, done that. And then I'd say Duke as well. Yeah.
West
Okay.
Virginia's the better team.
Well, there obviously are, other than those four teams that each of you mentioned, there are still some other teams to talk about. So let's get into some teams like Duke, Arizona. We talked a little bit about Kansas.
Well, I'm going to start off with Kansas because Kansas isn't going to make it past the round of 32, let alone win the Big 12. They will not win the Big 12 this year. West Virginia's the better team. They will beat us in Lawrence. I think Oklahoma has reached their peak, and Oklahoma's a year away from being good, like a great team, if they had Trae Young for another year, because they're going to lose Trae Young, and I think they're already kind of coming back down to earth. They're not as good as the number 4 ranking shows, to be honest. And for me, Arizona, I like Arizona, but Alonzo Trier's college career has been kind of just a model of consistently mediocre. So I don't really have a lot of trust in Arizona this year. And
First of all, I want to get on camera. Do you want to put a bet on West Virginia KU and Allen Fieldhouse?
yeah,
Loser buys the other person double meat Chipotle.
well, for you, and if I win, I get free Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay. It's right there. It's on camera. Cap it. I figure with KU, obviously some major issues. Bill Self said it a million times. Lack of toughness. You can't really teach that, but I do believe that with Silvio, I think if he gets more minutes, he can come into his own. I think, Mitch, he's shown some signs, some sparks. I think if he can play well consistently, that'll be a nice body when Doak obviously gets in foul trouble. And I think saying that they're going to only make it to the round of 32 is a bit ridiculous. I think any team that's won 13 straight Big 12 championships, and is in first place right now to win.
I'm sorry,
one.
but when you watch the games, they don't pass the eye test at all. Like you watch, even their wins look bad. They're too reliant on the 3. Finally, during Big 12 play, Devontae started driving. Finally, every team coming into Big 12 play had more free throws made than Kansas has attempted. It's just they took 38 threes against in the most recent.
All I'm saying is tournament time, anything can happen.
And you can't forget to mention that it's still being decided on whether or not Billy Preston will come back in. So
Billy Preston makes them into a
assuming-
Sweet 16 team.
But
He's not going to be
he won't come back.
experienced enough.
I'm assuming he won't come back.
Yeah.
It has been a while with the investigation going on and everything, so he may not come back. But if he does, they could be looking at making at least some run in March Madness.
Possible.
Yeah, maybe. I think Billy's the key to Kansas, but it's starting to get too late in the season where he can be a true factor for the team. He's going to have to learn a lot, even though can he practice with the team?
No.
No, he's not.
Yeah, so I just think it's too late now.
Okay, well, I think that about sums up college basketball. Let's go ahead and talk about the NBA now, the professionals. Start off with the MVP race. Who y'all liking for the MVP race this year?
Yeah, I think Harden's been out. I think if he was healthy and if he stayed healthy the entire season, I think it's finally time you give him the MVP. I think last couple of years, even go back to last year, he could have won it. Obviously, Russell the triple double. It's an iconic moment, so that's kind of why you give it to him. But I think Harden, the way he's playing, and also Chris Paul coming in, two dominant ball handlers. I think the way that he's able to still be productive. Obviously, D'Antoni's system has a lot to do with it, but I think the way he's playing, you would give it to him. Having said all that, obviously he has been out, and so if he's still injured and if he's misses more games, I think you have to go with LeBron.
I was
Honestly,
gonna say, I hate saying it, but if you take the most valuable player as an award and take it by its name, LeBron has been the most valuable player for his team. Without LeBron, they're not making. I mean, I don't even think they're like a 7 seed without LeBron.
but yeah, I think that's
Or
the
maybe
problem.
not even making the playoffs.
Exactly.
I think the problem is though the most valuable MVP is not it's titled most valuable player, but I think it's more just a popularity
It
contest
is,
slash
no.
best stats. So.
It 100% is. But I think realistically, and I hate saying it because I'm not a big LeBron fan, but I think LeBron has been, by the name of the award, the most valuable player this year.
Well, let's talk about for a second the underdog in the race, Giannis.
Giannis is unbelievable because he takes 3 steps from half court and he's already at the rim.
Yeah.
But
He's averaging like 28 points per game. I mean, I think it has to be LeBron just because the Bucks can win without.
And
Giannis.
usually you want to give the MVP to someone who has their team in a top 4 in their conference situation.
Yeah.
And title contender maybe, but obviously Russell was different last year. Also Giannis, the crazy thing is he's averaging close to 30 and he literally, I think I could shoot better than him. So that's the craziest thing about him.
I can guard Trae Young. You heard it here. I know I can. If you hear it, Trae, challenge me 1-on-1. I got you, bro. You're a simple guy.
He'll hear it, don't worry.
All right, well, let's move on. Going to the NFL. Let's talk about the Super Bowl real quick.
My Super Bowl right now would have to be Minnesota versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Defense wins championships, and I will take the 2 best defenses to Minnesota. I want to see Minnesota win.
I think Luca's a little confused with the term defense wins championships. In the NFL, that's rarely the case. It's more in the best quarterback wins championships. And I think for that reason, I'm going, hate to say it, really hate to say it, because I hate the Patriots, but I think it's going to be Patriots and Vikings.
I got the Vikings winning and all, by the way.
Vikings and Eagles is kind of like a whatever. I think either way, I think the winner of the Patriots, I guess that's not true. I think Patriots and Vikings are going to be in the Super Bowl. And I think Patriots and Jacksonville, if Jacksonville wins, I'll be shocked because
they're just 2 more complete teams.
I
I will never doubt the Patriots, okay? Like, I believe me. Like, see with the Patriots, when the Patriots get to the playoffs, they're a whole different team. But being 29th in total defense, Jacksonville has no slouch of an offense. They have the best running offense in the league with Leonard Fournette. And I just think that going against
average quarterback.
I like
if he was
Blake
in
Bortles.
college.
I disagree. I like Blake leads him to wins. He does what he needs to do. I like Jacksonville over the Patriots for that reason. I just think when you have to weigh it out, defense is a lot better, and Jacksonville's offense can definitely do some damage on the Patriots.
New England's at home. Jacksonville has just come off one of the craziest wins they've had in recent history. They're already, over the moon just to be in the AFC Championship. New England's been there, done that. They'll take care of business at home.
Okay. I still think Minnesota's going to win. Case Keenum, I'll tell you this.
6 foot quarterback. Go ahead.
He's out of Houston.
Case Keenum is one of the greatest college quarterbacks to ever play. Out of the University of Houston, he's a Cougar. I was watching the last game, and I called that last drive, that they were going to win. I was saying you never doubt Case Keenum with him being a Houston Cougar great. I don't doubt great college players. So I truly believe, that Case Keenum will lead the Vikings to the Super Bowl this year and win it over Tom's over-the-hill age. And he's done. Tom's done. He was an average quarterback this year. He was an average quarterback this year.
MVP of the NFL, and he's average quarterback?
Let me pull up his numbers.
That's
average quarterback.
Every year people say
He's
exactly
pulling up
what Luka
numbers.
just
I can
said.
guarantee he has better numbers than Case Keenum. So I don't know what the point is.
So I might have not been as accurate as I thought I was after fact checking. Tom Brady did throw for 1,000 more yards this year.
That's a
Case
lot.
has a higher completion percentage by 1%. Tom Brady.
If you're
threw,
throwing dink and dunks, it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
TD. Tom threw 32 to 8 interceptions, and Case threw 22 to 7. So I was wrong. I'll admit that, but I still take Case over Tom because Tom's over the hill.
In one game you take Case Keenum over Tom Brady in one game, not in next season.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one game over Tom Brady.
With his 5 rings,
You're taking Case Keenum.
I'm taking Case Keenum, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, college quarterback ever.
What is that? He's in the NFL now. What is the
It
college?
doesn't matter. He
College
knows how to
athlete.
win. That's all I care about.
Okay, so for those
So
of you,
Tom
for
Brady
those of you
doesn't
who are
know how to
confused,
Tom Brady knows how to win.
for those of you who are confused right now, he's taking one of the greatest. First of all, his words, not mine. One of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time over one of the greatest, if not the greatest, NFL quarterback of all time in an NFL game.
I'd say top 6.
in a Super Bowl where
In a
Tom
Super
Brady
Bowl.
actually has what? At least 5 years of
Did
experience.
you just say top 6?
No, top
Okay.
3.
Okay. He's number one.
Maybe top 5.
Okay.
I definitely would have a couple above him, to be honest.
Well, I think that's all we have to say about that. So going on to one little snippet, just because one of our hosts loves this man, Lonzo Ball. There's been some talk. He hasn't put up as great of numbers recently, and is he a bust or is he gonna actually do something?
If anyone out there is trying to claim that Lonzo Ball is a bust, I want you to smack him in the mouth because they are a moron. They are absolutely ridiculous. How can someone who's averaging double-digit points, 10 points, I think 7 rebounds, 7 assists as a rookie,
Which is similar to Draymond Green, for the record, this year for both of them.
also like similar if not better than Jason Kidd in his rookie year? How can he be considered a bust? Especially if you also look back to how he affects the game. Their last 6 games, Alonzo was injured. I think they were 0-6 and they were getting blown out every night. He comes back for a couple games. He's injured now again. That's another issue. But a few games he came back. They were at least competitive. I think they won a couple. He absolutely far and away changes the culture in Los Angeles. And people want to say he's a bust. They don't like him because of everything his father said. He not once have I ever heard him say anything remotely cocky. He's been humble the whole way, and he wants to be great. And I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer by no means. I don't believe that at all. I don't even think he'll be an All-Star. But to think he's a bust is ridiculous.
That is a bust. His expectation was to be an all-star.
His expectation that he didn't put on himself, everyone else said for him.
Nobody else asked for expectations either.
Who said that Lonzo Ball was going to be an All-Star though in his rookie year?
If you go as the number, not his rookie year.
No.
But to me, I don't see him getting better from here. That's why I think he's a bust. I think this is a ceiling. Like I said, I think I may have said it last episode, but his ceiling to me is Michael Carter-Williams. That's it. I don't think he gets any better than that because of his mechanics. I think he has the talent to become great. I just don't think with his mechanics, with a hitch, a crank, and there's something else that's messed up in his shot. He's not going to get better. He can't drive right and pull up because he's got to bring it back over here.
Jason Kidd, Michael Jordan, a lot of guys came in the league not being able to shoot. That's one of the last
But
things.
it's different.
He has the
his
athleticism.
mechanics are so far off that he has to do a complete change to come over here to actually become, I think, a great player. If he's keeping it over here, I don't see him getting much better than what he is right now.
I think just the way he's, first of all, bust. I think is when people throw out the word bust means I think washed out. I think if you even if you're number 2 overall pick, I think if you stay in the league for a while, you have a career, you can't be considered a bust.
Marvin Williams was considered a bust. He was the number 2 pick, but now he's averaging, I guess, 13 points per game the past couple of years.
I guess I have a different definition of bust. I think if Lonzo Ball, if he gets it up to, I think he could get 15 points, easily get 15 points, maybe 10 assists and 8 rebounds. If he can do that a game, that absolutely cannot be considered a bust. I don't think.
Mm-hmm. I don't see him getting to 15 points. That's the thing.
That's
why I
more
think
than he
he's a
has
bust.
now.
I truly
He's
don't.
definitely been dropping. I mean, he's shown the potential to drop more than 10
believe me, I
points.
think he
I
has
think he's
the talent.
averaging.
I'm not saying
I
he
think
doesn't have the
the last few
talent.
games he's playing, he's averaging 16, 17, 18 or something like that. Anyway, so even if even if worst case scenario he can't get his shot down and he stays the exact same player, he's going to be able to get more assists just from playing more and getting more comfortable in the league. He's going to be able to get more rebounds, and shooting wise, a couple more years he'll be getting more confident. If he can't shoot still, which I think he will be able to, he'll still be able to drive, feel more confident, get into the hole, and maybe getting fouled or whatever.
All right.
All right. Well, I think that concludes everything we had to talk about today. So if y'all want to close this out.
Better Takes is here to stay. We have him leaving in February to go to Australia, so we're going to try and get as many videos as we can up. But yeah, I mean, we're back. We're happy to be back. Ready to move on and take this to a whole nother level. And by the way, subscribe, like the video, and comment down below what your thoughts are.